Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's get ready for this live chat. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe right now. Come on in. Hello guys, welcome to Formula EOSBM. I am the fabulous, you already know, Marchel'e, and welcome to this good old Sunday evening. Okay, what is the weather like where you are? Because down here it is thundering, it's raining, it's doing a lot down here. But let's get into this evening tonight. Tonight we have a special guest tonight. We have Miss Eva coming on Dixon. She has over 25 years of experience as a designer just in the fashion world itself. So we're going to get into that shortly. We also want to see who's all in the house already. We have Miss Letitia here. Good evening, Formula EOSBM, and everybody is watching. HTZ TV is raining in Cleveland. What's going on with the weather? Now, it's so funny because it was like 75 degrees. I mean, it was like 92, 93 degrees. And then it just rains like all of a sudden out of nowhere. But I'm glad you all are here with me. So let's get right into it. So the candle fragrance of this evening is Vanilla Cashmere. Vanilla Cashmere. As you all know, the show is sponsored by Seychelles Clothing. So if you can recall, at the end of this hour, Vanilla Cashmere, you get 10% off of your purchase. Let's see, we have another. It's pouring raining here in Northeast Ohio. Yes, it's time for fashion talk. So we're talking about tonight the difference between a fashion designer and a fashion stylist. A lot of people tend to think that they're one and the same, two in the same. They're actually not. Now, you do have some designers who are fashion stylists, and you might have some fashion stylists that, converted over to fashion designer. But as you know, myself, I am a fashion stylist. I've been styling. I am no designer, but we do have a designer here. So I just want you all to get in the comments really quick. Let's get in the comments early. See if you all know the difference with a fashion designer and a fashion stylist. Before I get into it, if you all in here, just drop a hey. Just tell me how your week has been going. I want to know, how are you all doing with your challenge? So we are doing our weight loss challenge. How are you all doing with it? So again, you all know I'm not drinking, but I got my coconut water that I've been drinking. I have to stay hydrated. So that's what I'm going to be drinking tonight in my little wine glass. I'm going to have some coconut water. So what you all sipping on? How have your challenge been going? I've been doing pretty well. I've been working out moderately. Hasn't been every day, but it's been very frequent. And I'm still eating clean. So, we have the whole entire month. You have a month. So you still have time to join if you would like to join. So we just want to eat clean, and it's your own journey. It's how you feel, how you want to feel. If you want to get that weight off, you just want a simple little cleanse, or it's kind of on you. So a fashion designer, right? So a fashion designer is someone who creates. They're going to bring an idea. They're going to bring something to the forefront. The fashion stylist is that one who's going to curate it and pull it all together. You have some people who, as I mentioned before, they'll do dual. But for me, my thing is, how do I make you look good? How can I be a helping hand to the designer that's out? Here is these accessories. Here is the necklace that could go with this, or these are these great shoes that could pair well with this. But designer needs to know body shapes, sizes, your different measurements. They could create something from fabric, honey. A stylist ain't doing all that. I'm just like, ooh, put them pink shoes with them green shoes. And yes, that's that. So here we go. A designer actually creates clothing from original sketches, whereas a stylist work with clients to pick out wardrobe items from existing items. Girl, yes, honey. You might have said that better than me, baby. No, that just means you've been tuning in to Formula EOSB quite frequently. So we have our guest of the night. Now let me give you all a little preview of what we have going on tonight, okay? So Miss Eva Dixon, she is a fashion designer, okay? She has worked on Pittsburg Fashion Week 2022. She has been a stylist as well for Inspiring Lives magazine. She is a co-producer of Miss Fashion Week. She has done movie sets, different sets for Greg Robbins, different production sets. She's busy. So we're gonna get to her at 8:20. So let's see. We have Miss Ice that's ready to pop on. Pop on now. You ready, darling? Yes. Yes. I'm glad I'm the favorite. You know, I love to be the favorite, honey. I love to be the favorite. So Miss Ice, you come on in. How are you, darling?
Hey, good, darling. Thank you for
Hey,
having me.
nice to see
Mhm.
you. Nice to see
Likewise.
you.
Oh my goodness.
Cool. So
I'm so
HTV.
excited for the guest.
I know. Yeah, we got a few more minutes to get on
Hmm.
in. Over 25 years of experience. So listen, y'all
Wow.
gonna have y'all listening ear. I'm gonna have my listening ear too. Like, and she has a lot
Hmm.
of events coming up. She's producing her own fashion shows. She has some
Ooh.
conferences coming up. It's some stuff, but I'm gonna let her tell it. I'm not gonna tell it.
Yes.
So HTZ says designers create from scratch. Stylists have an eye for fashion on how to put looks and pieces together that will complement
Hmm.
the client's personality and body shapes.
I
Bam.
think that's very true. Yeah. I will have
That's
to
that.
agree.
Right.
Yeah. I
um
look at you when I think of that question because you're every woman. And I've seen, I've had the great pleasure to see what you can do. I'm a fan of the blue jean. We were at the one fashion show with the play and everything, and you had
oh,
the blue
okay.
jean set that you actually created, you know, and I
Okay.
just thought I
So
thought that was so live.
let me expand on that one really quickly.
Hmm.
So, as a stylist, sometimes I do fashion shows, sometimes,
Hmm.
I don't. But in the event that I do, I still create looks the same
Hmm.
way a designer would, different ways to wear it. So, she's speaking of a fashion show I did a couple years back. It was my denim collection. And when I'm
Yes.
styling, yes, I could pull just the pink shirt and put with the denim pants, but I always add an extra flair, especially for fashion shows. So I
Hmm.
might have added some fringe on here or some
Hmm.
rhinestones
Hmm.
on here or cut it out.
Lace.
I remember I did some bleach and
Hmm.
did a whole lot of different
Hmm.
things. So
Hmm.
that's kind of what that was. That was fun. Fashion shows are fun.
Yes.
They're a lot of work
Yes.
sometimes, but they're fun.
When you
Um,
do what you love, you never work.
That's what they say, but sometimes it's a little bit of work. It's a little bit of work.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, that
Mhm.
was Angela Lane's show. Yeah, because she do the
Yes.
plays with the fashion shows. So Letitia asks, at what age did you know that this being fashion stylist is your calling? I've just always been into clothing. I've always been into it. But I think what happened for me is once I got out of school, once I
Hmm.
got my undergraduate degree, I'm like, what do people do? They just can't sit at
Hmm.
home all day. I didn't have children at the time. I'm like, okay, got to start a business, and my friends were
Hmm.
always asking me what looks good together anyway. So
Hmm. Hmm.
that was kind of what it was already there. So then I just
Hmm.
perfected it, the
Yes.
more I got into it. And
Hmm.
that's kind of
Hmm.
like how I got into styling. So yeah, it's been in my blood. It's been there, honey.
I think what got me together because I'm still not finished with the documentary, but I remember doing some interviews with you when we first met. And I posed that question to you too, as well. And one of the things that really struck me was how you were talking about your journaling of what you wore.
Girl, listen, y'all trying to show out tonight, honey, baby. Y'all remember everything. Okay, I love it. Yes. The quick story with that, like I said, you never know when God is setting you up for something. So I used to be real anal with my clothing. And back then I didn't have the money like I have now, but I've always been very creative when it comes to fashion. And if you have a wardrobe that is a classic wardrobe, or even if you have stylish pieces, you could always mix and match and put them together and create something. Like, I hate to look the same. Like, even if you see this shirt, like, hopefully next time you see it, it'll be paired somewhere different. So when I was in high school, I used to write out my outfits. I used to write down my looks so I didn't recreate the same looks. Now, that's not saying that I didn't wear the same pants over, or I didn't wear the same shirt. That's not saying that. What it's saying is I paired it differently. So I might have worn different. I used to wear heels in high school too, FYI. So I might have worn heels one day with the look. I might have worn open toe shoes. I might have worn jeans instead of like a skirt. That other time that I had that shirt on. So it all kind of blends a little bit differently. So I've been doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that I probably was about that when I got a little conscious. I've heard some stories that I've looked at my aunt, like, why you got that on? That don't match. So I've definitely heard that. Yes, a whole notebook full. Y'all are so funny. I just love y'all remembering this stuff. Y'all making me feel so good. Okay. So our guest of the evening is here. Miss Dixon is here.
Excited.
So there is a link at the top of the chat that you could go ahead and hit. When you hit it, we are ready. Or if you need me to add the link over, I'll add it. And guys, you all know how this works. So once I interview Miss Dixon, about 15 minutes, you all have some questions about an event she has coming up, about her different styling, her designing, the different productions that she's worked on. It's the time to get into it. I'm gonna try a little bit of share screen. I had to pull out my little memory. I had to put out my little memory bank. I pull out the share screen so we can get some stuff going. But when you are ready to hit that link, Miss Ma'am, you go right on ahead. Miss Ice, I'm gonna just drop you in the back and pick it right back on up.
I'm excited. All right.
It's that time. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and put the link up again. There you go. And guys, I was actually doing a test earlier today, so now I know my voice is about. It's about 10 seconds. So, when the questions, or if it's like a little bit of pause, wait on it to come, because it's about 10 seconds.
Okay. A delay.
It's just about. It could be a little bit lower, but yeah, that's about what it is. Okay. So I just reposted the link, Miss Ice. I'm gonna drop you in the back.
Okay. I'm going to respond to some chats.
Okay, good, cool. Okay, so while Miss Dixon is getting the link together, she's going to hit that link. And it's just going to add you to the StreamYard. I'm going to go ahead and put up a few. Oh, there she is. So she is ready. So we're going to go ahead and get right to it. Hello.
How are you guys? Hi, everybody.
Hi. So welcome to Formula EOSBM. I am your host, Marchel'e. I do styling. I've been doing styling for a while, but tonight it's not about me. It's about you. So tell me, is it Eva or Eva? I want to make sure.
It's Eva.
Okay,
It's
Eva.
really my name is German, so my family in Germany call me Eva, but
Okay,
everybody has a hard time, so it's just Eva.
it's just Eva. Okay, I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure I had it. I just wanted to make sure I had it correctly. So everybody is coming in saying hello. So you have a resume, darling. Over 25 years of experience in the industry. Tell us, how did you get started designing?
I started designing probably like 7 or 8, but really sewing at 9 years old, and I've been sewing ever since.
Self-taught? Or
My grandmother, my aunt, and my mother are all sewers, but so most of my beginning of my young life up until my teenage years was all self-taught.
oh wow, that's interesting. So how have your designs changed from the beginning to now? Because are you doing wedding gowns now?
I've been doing I do everyday wear, wedding gowns, lingerie, swimwear, menswear, children's wear. I mean, I cover a vast array of all types of designs. It just depends on the niche or what I'm trying to do. But
Yeah.
I have a bridal store, so my bridal store was kind of like the backbone of my fashion, because people would come in and have such hard fittings or need something specifically done, and that's where the stylist part comes in, because I see it in a different way. I see how their body looks, I see what the dress looks like, and then I try to fix the gown or whatever they're wearing to fit their personality and give that ownership to this being their dress versus the cookie cutter dress that's on the rack.
Whew. Now, does that add a lot more time to it? Because that seems like that could be a lot if you're designing and styling. You're doing both.
Yeah, well, in the business, someone comes in and they're looking for clothes, so I help style them for
Mhm.
what they're looking for. And my business, I carry a vast array of all types of formal wear. But if I have people who come to me and they're like, I need alterations, or I want someone to come and look at my closet, can you revamp what I have? Or I love this jacket or pants or skirt and I can never buy it again. Could you remake it? So then I tear their clothing apart, recreate it. They pick out their fabrics, and then I have a file with their patterns, and they can just buy fabric and say, I need you to make me 10 blouses. I want you to make me 2 pair of pants, or
Ooh,
whatever.
I love that. That sounds interesting in itself. So I also do Seychelles Clothing. It's a women's
Yeah.
travel fashion brand.
Yes, yes.
That's
I'm
all like
familiar.
summer wear and things like
Right.
that. You do swimwear. We might have to do a
Yeah.
collab because
Cruise wear, swimwear, dance wear.
because I see you also have a conference coming up.
Yes.
Now tell us a little bit about your conference that you have up for those in the industry.
So the conference that I have coming up has to do with anybody in the industry, meaning fashion, fashion designers, models, photographers, people that are in boutiques, stylists, anybody in that vast array of wanting to know about fashion and industry and design. This conference is to help bring people to the table, because nobody always feels like if they tell you their secrets that someone's going to have one up on them. Well, I threw that out like 20 years ago, because I feel like even you think that your best competition is your competition. We all have some certain criteria that we fall in love with when we're doing our certain projects, whether it's clothing or whatever. And
Mhm.
nobody would ever create the same thing. I mean, look how many t-shirts are out there with logos
Right.
on and pants
Mhm,
and all that.
mhm,
So it's supposed to be a support system, and
mhm.
learn more about the industry, how to get to market, what buyers look for to try to get you in their stores. And it's just to curtail all the misnomers and bringing people that have this influence or have this knowledge to the table to talk about it and help each other make it. I'm the
Yeah.
kind of person that will reach out my hand, and I'll take you with me as long as you want to go. But if I'm going up, you're going with
You
me if
go,
that's
you're gonna
what you
come
want to
with,
do. Yeah.
and the collaborating, that's a really big one. Um, how would you what advice would you give to someone who is looking to collaborate with someone, but say the other person seems to be a little bit better? They've been doing it longer, their resume is a little bit longer. You feel a little bit shell back because you think they're going to put you down, or you think they're not going to
Yeah.
really want to work with you because you don't have that much experience. So what kind of things would a person need to have to either come collaborate with you or anybody else who may have had more experience or has a greater resume?
I think that the biggest thing that you could bring to the table is your both of you have a different sense about where you want to go. But if you go to that person and say, I really would like to work underneath you, curate with you, learn the ropes and stuff like that, and them not feel like you're going to take over or whatever. And I have many people in the industry that I can be like, hey, this is going on. Are you involved? You want to be involved? And they're like, yeah. And they back me and I back them. And that's the biggest thing is you got to have your, your core ride or die people, as I call them, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you are coming out into the industry and you're not certain, I think that it would be, when you go to that person or people who've come to me and say, I really want to learn this. Do you have the time? Will you show me? How can I do this? And I don't take it as, oh, you want to know about me. I take it as, this is my moment to pass on knowledge that I had to take 15 to 20 years to find out on my own, because it was like that. And you never should feel like one person is going to be one up on you or steal your ideas. And being a mentor is the best result of everything, because that person learns the things that you do. They're going to be your partner in whatever is happening, and you're going to always have that support system. So you shouldn't take it as, well, someone's going to learn what I'm doing and steal all my ideas. Yeah, that may happen, but it's a lesson that I think you can't self store your knowledge, because that's why I'm giving back now. That's why I'm teaching classes and open to studio and trying to give back, because there will be one day that I won't be here to create, but I know that I've educated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've done your part, and that's part
Yeah.
of working together, collaborate, and then you open their
Exactly.
line for rebranding or things like that. So
Correct.
let's see if we can show some of your work. I want to see if I can get this going. You all let me know if you can see it, and then if you could just explain like just a little bit about what you see. If you can you see the screen now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So tell us about this black number here.
Okay, so that's that dress is based on a Jackie O. Kennedy Onassis dress. It actually is a wrap dress. It has a high collar. My model Josie is wearing it. She doesn't have the collar up, and the nice thing about this is the fabric that I made it out of. This could be worn as a dress. It could also be worn as a wrap jacket, depending on what you want. Now, when I did this at a fashion show, I was actually approached by some buyers for Bloomingdale's.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, they approached me, but like I said, teaching people marketing and how to get your brand out, sometimes the offers aren't so great. But this number comes, I can make it in any color. It has pockets on it. It's a cute wrap dress. It can be dressed down, it can be dressed up, and the fabric is fantastic. You can put a belt on it or not have a belt. It's so beautiful.
I'm loving the earrings with it. It's definitely bringing out the belt. I love that.
Well, Josie, my model there, she loves to style herself, and she chose her belt and her jewelry. And this is me allowing my models to put some of them into what I have, because if they feel confident in what they're wearing on runway, they're going to carry it. And she always rocks my clothes well.
Yes, that looks great. Now
Okay, so this is, believe it or not, this is a long skirt that I use periodically and do a short number with the giant bow, or you can have it as a tube dress or a long skirt. And it can be paired with really anything. And at this particular runway show, I ended up taking a big giant sash that I had and did a nice big gold bow on it. And she's really confident and sleek in that.
Yeah, that's definitely nice. Okay, so this is fun. This is pattern. Okay.
Mhm. So, as you know, Gucci has patterning all the time. This dress is one of my cruise line dresses, and it's done in a powder gray, and it has the anchors and all the nautical stuff and pearls and jewelry on it. And it's a little flirty skirt with a lace up back and a halter top, and it's really, really the kind of traveling that you would do for like going on cruises, wrinkle free and just fun.
Now, what's
Yeah.
another way that you would style this look here?
So my main style with this would have been red classy high heel shoes, like, really high stilettos. And Jerry, she decided she wanted to do boots that she had at this time. That fashion show, I was actually in the hospital, and I had my Lonnie D. She was actually helping me make sure that everything got down on the runway that day, and I was doing everything through video chat. But so I just let it fly, and it looked kind of cute. So
it got done. Yeah, that's
yeah,
cute.
got done. Job got done. That's what you do when you have collaboration.
Yes, and with people that you trust. That's
Right. Exactly.
the piece. So I'm gonna scroll through a couple of these. If you want to stop, because we don't have to describe them. I just want to
Sure.
show them,
Sure.
some of your work. So this is the back here.
Yeah.
That looks really good. Okay, wait, I don't know what happened. Okay, are we still okay? Yeah. Okay. Okay, this
Yeah.
is like evening gown here.
Yeah. So that right there was part of my butterfly effect, monarch butterfly, and that's the short number with a one shoulder and a tiered bottom skirt. It's all one piece and it's sheer.
Nice. Oh, so you do men too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man's coat. This is just an African take on adding like feathers and print to the collar, giving a man some other idea of what they could do for styling.
Yeah, because men, they just stuck with that gray, black, blue, white. It's it. They don't have no textures.
Lots of colors.
Yes, I love that. That's a nice number here. Let's see. I don't know why my thing keep jerking off. Let's see. This is fun here.
Yeah, that was at Pittsburg Fashion Week, and that's my multicolored dress. And if you swish it the other way, it's all silver.
Wait, did I miss it? Did I go the wrong way? What?
That's one of my bridal dresses that can be worn. Kind of a salsa look. Wedding gown.
Wow, this is nice. Here's some more wedding gowns. So Miss Ice, I'm gonna bring you back on up. Let's see if you have any additional questions for Miss Eva here. Let me see if I could stop my sharing. Did the screen stop sharing? There you go.
I think so.
Okay. We're no longer sharing screen.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Miss Ice.
Hi. How are you? So nice for you to join us this evening. Thank you for
Thank you for
being
having
here.
me. Thank you for having me on.
Now, I have a really great question because I am all for surprises and, good things. Can you please tell us more about your golden ticket?
Okay. So I offer a golden ticket, and that is if somebody pays $20 and their name is chosen, they can win up to $500 in value of me making something for them, or redesigning something, or creating a dress or something evening, or whatever that may be.
That is so awesome. Now, have you actually had a winner yet, or is it upcoming?
Yeah, I do this once a year, and all the proceeds go to a charity.
Now, what charity are your proceeds going for?
I do a lot of charities, and this year my charities are going to go towards cancer. My mother's fighting breast cancer at this time, and
she's going to win.
And this is her 5th cancer, and so
she's a fighter.
She's a fighter. And so that is where the proceeds will go to. And it'll be for like children's cancers, Hodgkin's lymphoma, because those are some of the cancers that my family have faced with and in our family. So.
Well, that's very admirable and that's beautiful. And I just want to say one thing, which is soursop. We've had cancer in my family. My grandmother is a cancer survivor. She had cancer and breast cancer, lung cancer, as well as a tumor. And she kicked their butt. So we're just going to keep kicking butt and taking names later. I am very into charity and giving back. I actually did a cause, Reggae Women Rock, against cancer, and we put all the proceeds towards that cancer awareness and helping out as well. So, speaking of family, I was privileged to hear that you learned from your family. So, can I ask, what was your favorite thing, or what was the best thing, or most helpful thing that you learned from your grandmother and your mother and the seamstresses in your family?
So my grandmother and my great grandmother, they did everything by hand. They would cut their fabrics and they would sew it by hand. And before they ended up with the machine, most of them did that. But as my mother and my mother's sister came along, they were able to get the pedal machine, and that's what I learned on the old Singer with the pedal and the rubber boot. Yeah, but
and the beautiful flowers.
Yeah, and so I think I was more amazed at how well their stitches were based on hand stitching. And my grandmother she's like, now I want you to do this, and she'd teach me all that, and then I'd come back and she's like, no, this is how you do it, and she'd make me take it out. And so I learned,
no shortcuts.
No shortcuts. No.
So, Eva, we have a question here. It says, what size range of models have you worked with, or do you work with?
I work with every size range model from sizes 0, and my largest model I think was a size 32. And and a lot of my clothes I fit in my fashion shows. I fit every body type, every height, every whatever, and my models are always diversified and any size.
And I feel like that's always important, because I feel like even in the mainstream, they're getting away from that just cookie cutter size 2 to 4. It's because the everyday woman wants to see themselves. Everybody isn't a size 6. Everybody isn't a size 4. So I think
and the biggest misconception that really hurts the people in general when it comes to sizing is they have to look at the number that's in their clothes. Like, let's just say an 8 or a 10 or 12 or 14 or 16. Those numbers are more of a category than the actual sizes, because if you look through and you get lost in juniors, misses, and ladies wear, and those sizes will throw you off, and it will make you feel like, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm in this size. But when you take the chart out and you look at their bust, waist, and hip sizes, they actually are falling into 3-dimensional sizes within those categories, and it just depends on their curvature. And so I think that it does a disservice and in disproportion to what's hanging on a rack with a number on it.
Yeah, I think that's a good piece. So we have another comment. My husband says sometimes designers have pieces but don't know exactly how to showcase their designs, and some stylists who know what they want, but it's not out there. How do stylists and designers work together in the industry?
So if you're a designer and you're used to just cutting patterns and making clothes because you love the pattern, you love the fabric, then working with a stylist on your projects or whatever like that, and allowing them to tie in shoes, purses, earrings, or whatever the accessories might be, helps build your brand, helps you become more cohesive. And some people may not have styling eye, they just have the manufacturing eye, or they're more of a creative by doing art, like they will draw and illustrate their drawing, but they can't bring that drawing into a 3-dimensional aspect So I work with people who draw, that are fashion designers that draw, but they will never sew. So they'll give me their ideas, and then I take those ideas and I make a pattern, create that look, and then they come back and I give it to them, and they are just selling the pieces without any styling to it. So at a fashion event, if you're working with a stylist, I might say, I don't have time. I want you to take this on. Find the shoes, find the purse, get this all to me. But then I come back with a creative direction with each other and say, yeah, I like this. And we work with each other and we bounce off of one another when it comes to that. That's how I design. But when I look at designing or creating something, I see the whole vision. I see the jewelry, I see the hair, I see the makeup, I see it. But some people don't. And I think that it's a great service for a designer that is not sure to work with a stylist. Even if their stuff is in a boutique, let that stylist come in and work with somebody to sell what you want.
And especially even if you had some hard to sell pieces, you know, sometimes getting somebody else to put their eye on it and do your window display is totally different. So let's talk about your Soul Purpose fashion show. It's ready to wear fashion runway with upcycling by local designers and boutiques. Tell us a little bit about that show you have coming up, and that is November 11th, Saturday, November 11th.
Oh, wow.
I think there may be, it's a Sunday on there. I think it got messed up, but I have to fix it. So Soul Purpose Runway, I'm looking for creative designers that want to do upscale, repurpose clothing, meaning that if you have designer gowns, pants, or anything that's on the luxurious size that may have even been bought, you may have produced, and you want to recreate that and do an upscale repurpose on that. And I'm giving a full option for those designers. If they want to go to thrift stores or whatever and pick up the goods, they can take them and recreate them. I just want somebody to do something that's on the recreation side, because I do a lot of repurpose runways, like Salvation Army repurpose. I do that every year, and it's more geared to recyclables and stuff like that. But I've always done, like, you know, plastic or garbage bag dresses or whatever. But on this side of it, I'm trying to have designers be a little bit more creative, and I'm looking for them to showcase 3 pieces. And that event is just going to be, you know, a fun event that they can go out and say, look, I took all this old fashions that I had, and this is what I created. Because we see jeans and we see t-shirts and we see all that kind of stuff. I just want to see people take it to the next level. You know, even avant-garde. I would love to see repurposed avant-garde, you know.
Now, is there a fee for your designers to enter into your shows?
There's no fee for designers. There's no fee for models to participate. This is a show. I don't believe in that. You know, charging a fee for people to participate. I think that it's well served to the community when those people who are putting their efforts in coming, maybe someone's coming from out of town and they have to pay for their own ticket here or in a hotel room. And I would rather them come and be a part of the event than have to have those other expenses. I'm trying to brand people, because when I brand people, they brand me, models brand me, and I'm just trying to give back and make it a full circle. That is the reason why I call it Soul Purpose, because Beautiful. I have a soul purpose to give back, and I want them to receive what I can, you know, give them, and vice versa to our communities.
Wow,
that's beautiful.
I think that sounds fun. So HEZ,
me too.
Sounds fun. She wants to participate, honey.
Me too.
Bring it on.
That sounds fun. Now you have another fashion and runway show, Masquerade Ball. Is that another event? Okay.
Ooh.
Now that one. Now tell us about that one. That one is that one's coming up a little bit sooner. That's September 21st.
That's September 21st. And this ball, it's a arts and fashion ball. The goal of this ball is to bring some artists that will have their stuff on display. And then bring designers that want to participate in it with a few looks too. And then this is going to be a masquerade ball. So the fashion's going to be, you come all glammed up with your masquerade mask, and it's supposed to be fun. And the big reveal at the end of the night is everybody will take off their mask because it's supposed to be a mystery of who you are. Nobody knows. I mean, people are going to know you, but they're not going to know you. So it's supposed to be a fun thing. And my goal with doing this fashion show is to give back to every designer, every photographer, any videographer, every model that's ever walked for me, because we do so many shows and we never get to participate, or there's so much going on. So I really want to make it laid back, and I really want to have a fun night and have a couple hours where we can just be glammed up and just enjoy each other's company, because I want to give back to those people who have been supportive of me in the industry.
Oh, wow. You have so much going on. Now, does anybody in the chat have any additional questions? I'm going to do one last little quick share screen. Even if you have any last little final words, I want to see if I get some more stuff up here of you, of some of your work here. Let me see.
So I just opened a studio, and I am moving my bridal business into the other side of it, and my studio is now open for photography shoots, dance classes, sewing classes. I tell you, I've just been truly blessed by 22 sewing machines. My goal is that I will make enough money that I can support underprivileged children within the city. I'm working with the communities around me to give them an opportunity to come in and learn how to sew, learn how to model, learn about makeup, learn about etiquette, learn about all those things that is a lost art that's not happening until you hit your high school. You never learn to sew anything, but how do you know? If you're going to teach your children, the basics in sports and dance and music and stuff like that, why not bring this back? So this has been my passion. It's been a dream, and God has truly aligned everything up. The location came into play. The sewing machines are now in play. And he's like basically saying, here it is. You've got it. Now you got to do it. And so my studio is open to anybody who wants to rent it. And the proceeds that go into those types of things are going to go back into the school, the classes. And the school is going to be, teaching students, and then anybody who wants to learn that may be an adult or whatever, I'll have, paint classes, more sewing classes, so I just really feel like, I'm going to be 60 in 2 more years. So I'm 58 now. I'm really proud of my age, but I have this goal that I need to be teaching and passing on what I know to the next generation.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, well, you have 2 students right here, and I can speak for Leah. You got 3 students right here. We're going to have to make a trip to Pittsburgh, honey.
I'm there. I'm already there.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, so let me see if I can go ahead and get this last piece up really quickly. Okay, so this is your contact information, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I do designs by Eva Dixon. Here's her phone number, her email address. If you all are looking,
and I can give you my link to my business. It's idodesignsbyeva.net.
Beautiful.
Look at this here. Lovely.
Oh yeah, that's my Prince Williams. He's my right-hand man. He's my choreographer. Everybody knows us as a pair. He does everything with me. He's a dancer. He's a singer. He's an amazing gentleman, and he and I do a lot of things together in fashion. And he teaches my runways, and he does all kinds of dance classes.
What's his name? Give him a shout out.
I just said Prince Williams, Prince J. Williams.
Nice.
All right.
Love it.
He also has done several videos and dance videos. And he's got a couple more that are happening pretty soon here too.
I love it. I love
that is
to see
awesome.
it. I love to see it. Look at the young ladies.
Yeah,
those dresses
That's my Inspiring Lives magazine cover. On all 5 of those are my gowns, and Shelly Hipsky is in the front in the gown. She's the curator, the owner of Inspiring Lives magazine, and I've done a lot of styling for them as well as clothes for her.
Oh wow.
That is phenomenal.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's lovely.
That
That's
was
lovely.
breathtaking. Hmm.
Well, I want to say thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it definitely. Miss Ma'am is on here getting busy under here.
Oh, thank you.
Oh wow. In 2019 in New York Fashion Week. Hmm.
Okay, well, Miss Ice, you want to say anything about anything you just seen here?
Well, it has been an honor and a privilege. I thank you for being here and sharing so much of the wealth of knowledge. Thank you for giving back. I want to say many blessings to you and your
Thank you.
family in defeating cancer, and we're going to survive and kick its
Yes,
butt
we
once
are.
again.
Yes, we are.
And just your whole vibe, just everything is just beautiful. Thank you, and I pray that this is the beginning of a new
Yes,
period.
I just want to be able to support everybody within my community and city to the best of my ability, and my models know that. The models that have worked with me over the years, they know. They call me Mama Bear. That's my nickname. If you ask anybody about me, that's Mama Bear. I go to fight for them. I stand for them. And they back me and support me. That's just the way it is. And God's really good and has truly blessed me through a lot of problems that I've had over the last couple of years, health wise and stuff like that. And I have to say that now I'm able to give back, in a
Amen.
way that I've always dreamed of.
Amen.
So one more question before you go. They're asking for the conference details one more time.
The conference details are on Eventbrite, and I can get you the link, and we can get that posted in the group or on your thing for the conference. And the tickets and all are on. If you look up Fashion Conference, it'll come up under Eventbrite, and those tickets are live now. And I would love to see you there.
Yeah. So matter of fact, if you could, after I put you down from here, if you could just copy the link and add it to the chat, that'd be great.
I definitely will. I'll add the links to everything.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. Again, that's Miss Ice. Miss Ice, tell her what you do.
Yeah, tell me what you do.
Oh
really
my
quick.
goodness. Well, I'm getting started. I am a budding designer.
Okay.
Right now, I have t-shirts. I love to bling things out. So I have t-shirts, I have hats, I have flip-flops as well. And I also do resin jewelry. And I'm teaching myself how to sew.
Okay.
So yes, and I'm a fan of glam. So bridal is right up my alley.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yes.
Would love to help you in any way I can.
Yes. I pray that God makes a way that we can actually participate in some of your shows coming up. Even, I do art as well. I'm a savant, so I definitely will be in touch.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully you get some friend requests after this. We definitely would stay in touch for, my guests or anybody that come on like afterwards. I like to try to keep touching bases with you just so you know, hey, we're here. We can go a little bit further. So yeah.
If anybody's is interested in doing modeling and stuff, you can go to Empowering Models Group on Facebook. That's Empowering Models Group on Facebook, and you can sign up there. And then we're working on designer links, stuff like that, once we know who's going to be involved in the shows. Tables are also available if anybody is interested in participating and they want to have a table. I do have some of those options as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you. That you have a lot
Yes,
going on. I'm gonna stay on your
beautiful.
page, liking and comments, staying on what's going
Not
on
just the
with
page, we're
you.
going to Pittsburgh.
I know we're gonna have to figure some things out.
Yeah, but
Wait.
I go to Ohio all the time too. I've got some stuff going on up there, some fires and stuff happening up there.
Oh
So
yeah.
once I
Hmm.
put that out there, you guys can be involved in those things too.
Yes, good. So
Awesome.
Miss Ice is in Florida. She's in
Okay.
Florida
Hmm.
right now, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. But
Okay.
I'm
Well,
from.
my mama lives in Macon, Georgia. I'm in Atlanta at least 60% of the time of my of the year. So I'm in Atlanta.
Wow.
Okay, good.
And what part of Florida?
I'm in Grand Island, which is actually an hour away from Orlando,
Okay, sure.
Central Florida. Yes.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
just going to
if
take over
I'm
the
down
world.
there,
How about that?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so maybe one of the times you come down here, go for lunch or something, you can see some Seychelles clothing items.
Sure, I'd love to.
Get some
Love
swimsuits
to.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
We
gonna
have to
talk.
put some shows together.
We need to do that. I do collaborate a lot in Atlanta. And matter of fact, I
Hmm.
was supposed to be at Miami Fashion Week, and I didn't get a chance to make it down there
Mhm.
Wow.
to participate in that. But that doesn't
Yeah,
mean I'm not going to be there next year.
It's
that's right.
always
That's
next
right.
year,
And
right?
That's
my
right.
my mother's actually in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we can make some
Awesome.
things happen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll
Oh,
make it happen. I
Hmm.
promise. I'm a person of my word.
I
good.
receive
Well, we
it.
want to thank
Likewise.
you for your time on this Sunday evening. I know you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here at Formula EOSBM. So
Hmm.
thank you.
Thank
And
you for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity to be on your show. And I appreciate it. And I will make sure that I pass it on.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
How
Hello.
fun was that? Oh my gosh.
Yes. Listen, when you have somebody that has been in the business, they have
Hmm.
jewels to drop. Honey,
Jewel.
she has some events coming up. She's going to drop
Opportunities.
the links there. Opportunity. Good word.
Why didn't I show you guys this? Have you seen this? It's one of
What
the
is
pins
it?
that I created. It's a pin.
Oh, okay.
I
Nice.
made this. Hmm.
Oh, that's fun. I need some stuff for my Crocs since that seemed like them the only pair of shoes I wear
Ooh,
these
okay.
days.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to do something and the
Send them
bag
to me and
alone.
I'll trick them out and then I'll send them back.
Okay,
We
honey.
could
I,
do that.
I love that. Okay, so we
Hmm.
were talking about fashion styling and
Yes.
designers. You see
Hmm.
that they can go hand in hand, but honey,
Hmm.
they are so different, two totally
Hmm.
different worlds. Again,
Yeah.
for me, I don't want to design nothing. I think about sometimes I do want to take like old pieces and like
Hmm.
learn how to sew and things like that, but it doesn't always work like that.
Hmm. Hmm. It's like you have it in you, but your passion is in the fashion styling piece of it. And that's okay because you definitely have the designer in you. It's definitely in you.
Yeah, I like the finish. I do like the finished look, but when you
Hmm.
literally have to know how many inches the breast is from the torso and the circumference around
Yeah.
the neck and how I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I'm gonna leave that to somebody else, honey. I just
Hmm.
wanna. Can I just yes, please bring me the thigh high boots
In the size,
with the gaudy necklace.
in every color, right? Absolutely, absolutely. I get that because it does become a lot, but that's why I think it's so important to know where you want to be, and be able to invest that time in that one thing. I was a person who's like, oh, I just want to do everything, and a lot of times people say, focus on that one thing and be really great at that. And then I'm like, well, why do I have to focus on one thing? So you can master your high, So if you're always, doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, are you really reaching your full potential? So, yeah, I think it's really important to know where you want to be. And then there are people who are absolutely living their best lives operating on 1,000 all the time and are able to do that and function at a high level, and that's what your life is about, so I would have to say I'm one of those people who's able to do a lot, but at the end of the day, I really, really love fashion and the arts, just period.
Just all together, right?
Yeah, just
It's just so
period.
nice, and I love when they take something from 1960 and then they bring it back to today and style it totally
Yes,
different. And I'm like, no, I know I saw
yes.
it. Just like with music, when you hear it, you're like,
Hmm.
wait, is this a remake? But
Yes.
they add a different spin on it. I
That's
love that.
November. Have you heard the Mr. November song? He sounds just like Marvin Gaye.
Mm-mm.
He
Mm-mm.
said, "Take me back to your place," but he sounds just like Marvin Gaye. And I love Eva's spin on the Jackie Onassis piece because it was futuristic. It was a
Mhm.
classic, but it had the more sharp lines to it. So I
Mhm.
really enjoyed that piece as well.
Yeah. And then she mentioned how it could come in different colors. And remember on the last show, we were talking about buying stuff in every color. We'll be like, give
Hmm.
me that yellow, give me that green. You know what?
Hmm.
I need a
Hmm.
little sexy red number. Give it to
Hmm.
me a red too.
That's right.
That's
And I
good.
love the fact of, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's good. And then the fact that, designing for all different sizes,
That's right.
I think that's very very important today. Very important today.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm excited about not just the masquerade, because the masquerade sounds saucy, but the up it's not up. Did she say upcycle? But
Mhm.
I just
It's the
that
fashion show.
sounds
It was three.
delicious.
It was three. It's actually three events. It's her conference
Hmm.
where any of those like-minded people get to come in and learn different things from the industry,
Hmm.
collaborate, mentee those. It is the
Hmm.
masquerade event, and then it was the Soul Purpose. It was the Purpose
Yes, yes.
fashion show
Hmm.
for the upcycling, and they get
Hmm.
creative. And
Yes.
there is no fee for designers. That's different.
Come on.
Listen, these shows, they always want to charge. I'm like, look, who want to pay you to be in your show? You know how much work I have to do? I
Hmm.
gotta pay
Hmm.
you to be in
I
me.
didn't haven't even showed up and spent $1,000.
Listen, by the time you gotta get your hair done, your makeup,
Hmm.
then you decide you gotta get your makeup for your team, you gotta pay for that, and then all the other stuff, it becomes
Hmm.
a lot. So I really
Yeah.
applaud her for that because you
Yes.
get a lot of people who put these shows together and they just want to make all the money off of the designers and they
That's
put
right.
it on there and then they're like, oh well, you come, you get exposed. I'm gonna get exposed to who? The 10 people in the audience that already know 8 of them. But
I brought the whole, yeah, the whole crew.
but I think that's really good. And tell us
Hmm.
more about you tapping into your designing, ma'am.
Well, I think the main thing right now where I am tapping into it is organizing. I was watching, I don't know this young lady's name, but I was watching her video on Instagram, and she says this is what when my ADD goes into overdrive looks like. And she says a project over here, a project over there, a project over here. So I'm really going OCD with it. You know, feathers are over here, the jeans are over here, the rhinestones are over here, the shoes are over here. That's where I am at this very moment.
Mhm.
And I have it to go. But my thing is really the blinking out part, grown, sexy, cute, and fun. That's the main thing I could say. Tapping into my part of design is still a work in progress. I'm a lover of the wrap dresses.
Okay.
And I'm a lover of how you say maximize your wardrobe.
Mhm.
So the piecework, I want to have. We back in the day, we used to have. I forget what they called, but it was more like a set. What you bought actually had the jacket that came with it, the pants
Okay.
that came with it, the tank and the full top. You know what I mean? And then
Mhm.
it was more versatile. You mixed and matched. So that's more so what I'm going for, as well as um shapewear.
Shapewear too?
I think that's where my bread and butter is going to actually come from,
Okay, but
especially when it comes to the plus size.
Okay, wait. So wait, you just said okay. Oh, wait, that was like a nice segue for the next show. So we're gonna talk about shapewear and butter next show because we're gonna actually make butter on.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Oh wait, maybe not next week. Maybe the week after that. The week after
Okay.
that. Just remember that because I kind of like the way that. So text that to me when we get off of here. Shapewear and butter. Shapewear and butter. Whatever you said. I kind of like that ring-a-ding. That sounded good. Oh, okay, that sounds so cute. All right, well, you know, we didn't hit our hour mark, baby. The show is over. That's it for the night. That's it.
Honey, I wasn't flying in like I did last week. I was on a plane like little Kim.
You was ready.
I was getting it together.
Okay,
I was like, yo, we're not doing this. This is set in stone. This is what we do. This is what we've been doing. This is what we own. And I'm so happy we're back at it.
Yes, next Sunday at 8:00, same place. We'll have a new guest. We're not doing the shapewear and butter next week. We're going to do it that following.
Okay.
We're going to do it that following week, not next week. I don't know what we're going to do next week just yet, but next week. So if you all know anybody who has an event going on or business or anything that they have going on, just, you know, shoot them my way and we'll chat. We'll chat. Let me see. Let me put this in the comments for everybody. It's in a wait. I was trying to see. So Eva put the chat.
Link there.
It went to my it went to the private chat, not the comment.
Okay.
So there it is.
Awesome.
So there it is, right here. Here it is. Again, I want to say thank you to Eva for coming on tonight. Thank you for your time. Letitia said I had a favorite jeans outfit from Penny's that I like: jacket, skirt, jeans, and
that part.
All right, so Miss Ice, you know what to do. It's that time, girl.
Yes. Well, always each one teach one, and we're gonna always be in the mix. And you know it is Ice, baby.
Okay, so guys, that is it tonight for Formula EOSBM, the candle fragrance of the evening. It was already stated. She said a little bit early. I think she thought the show was gonna be over early, but the candle fragrance of tonight is vanilla cashmere. It smells pretty good. So again, you receive 10% off of Seychelles clothing at your next purchase. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our guests. Again, I'm Marchel'e. This has been Formula EOSBM. Miss Malaya is busy here. Let me see if she won't scream. She always wants to do a cameo. And I keep telling her, like, we're not doing cameos. This is not your this is my time. It's not your time on the camera. But let's see if she's ready to do a little cameo. You know, y'all always catch her at nighttime. I do have her out of stuff that's not PJs. Okay, we do wear clothes over here, but it's always nighttime. So here is Miss Malaya, and we're going to say good night for the evening. She's not looking at the clock. She's not looking at the camera. But this is little Malaya. Okay. So guys, remember, it's a lifestyle. They're always watching. So give them something good to look at. Toodles. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's get ready for this live chat. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe right now. Come on in.